Okay, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Kurniawan Trijaya Saputra. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you about test diagnostic, test formative, and test summative. Okay, diagnostic test is a test that is used to find out the weakness of students so that based on this they can be handled properly. A diagnostic test is also defined as a test that is carried out to determine precisely the type of difficulty faced by students in a particular subject. The stakes of doing a diagnostic test, namely, the first is diagnostic test is conducted on prospective students as input to determine whether the prospective students have mastered the knowledge, which is the basis for receiving knowledge in school. And then the second diagnostic test is conducted on prospective students who will start joining the program. Example is like placement test is a test that is carried out when there is a need to place its student in an educational program or teaching and learning program according to his or her abilities. Okay, the next is the summative test. It's a test of learning outcomes that is carried out after a set of teaching program units has been given. Summative testing is carried out after the end of a given group or a larger program. The main purpose of the summative test is to determine the value that represents the success of students after they take the learning process within a certain period of time. For example, quarterly tests, end of semester tests like EBTA. The formative test is intended to determine the extent to which students have been formed after following a certain program. In this case, the formative test is seen as a diagnostic test of the end of the lesson. This formative test is usually carried out in the middle of teaching program, which is carried out every time a lesson unit or subtopic ends or can be complete. For example, tests that are carried out after discussions of each chapter or KD, basic competence. Okay, I think enough for explanation about diagnostic tests, formative tests, and summative tests. Thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.